What's up, everybody? We are live Friday night. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. We are here, the Sports Heads. What's going on? Hey, there he is. There he is.
Sorry, everyone.
What's that all about?
Well,
Mr. Superstar was late. That's what he's talking about.
Cody's been in the hospital for about a week.
Cody, your boyfriend, huh?
Yeah. Brad.
Oh.
Hi, boyfriend.
There he is. Cody. So what's up with Cody, man? What's up with your roommate, with your housemate, Cody?
He's been acting weird. He's been in some pain and not acting himself. So they sent him into the doctors. He stayed in the hospital for about a week.
Is he back now? Were you talking to him? Yes. Is that why you were late?
Yes.
All right. Well, cool. I guess that's a good excuse. I guess we'll accept that. I thought you were being a superstar on us, Andrew. I'm like, thought you were letting this whole Shuley Network thing get to your head.
I thought it was 5:30. That's why I was like, I got time.
5:30, you non-time telling fool. Well, now that you're here, say hello to the people. Welcome. Tell them it's Friday night.
It's Friday night.
Let's go. I like it, that Justa. Let's go. I do it with the Italian. Let's go. I like it, that. Hi, Andrew. Hey, Chuck. What's up, Chuck? Checking in. Justa and Chuck. You are here. We made it to another Friday, episode 7 on the Shuley Network of the Sports Heads. Bro, we got a lot of sports to unpack here. We have NCAA tournament. We got mad NFL free agency. We got some World Baseball Classic. We got a little bit of everything. So let's bring our West Coast correspondent and our friend and co-host. Let's bring in Bone Loads. What's up, bro? Bro, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm great.
I am so sorry.
About what? You still talking about being late for the show?
It's like a minute.
We're past that, bro.
Yeah, I'm late like every week, dude. Don't try. This is my first week on time.
Yeah, Bone. So I know that it's tournament time. I know you're excited for the NCAA tournament.
Arizona busted my bracket.
Arizona busted millions of brackets. I heard a stat right before I came on air that out of millions of brackets, only 787 perfect brackets remain out there. How about that? Out of millions, because of that Arizona, that upset. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about the Furman upset. We're going to talk about the Princeton upset. We're going to get in all this. I know Bone Loads is excited to talk about all this, but let's bring the rest of our friends in first.
Upset today.
Who else got upset today?
Xavier almost got upset today.
Almost got upset today. Yeah. Not too many exciting games, but we had some great bracket busting games yesterday. We're gonna cover them a little bit and let Bone Loads talk about them. Let's bring the rest of our friends in. Let's bring in, if Scott's got them. Oh, there's Stormy. That's right. That's what I was gonna bring in next. She's our chat moderator and named by Andrew, our graphic goddess, Stormy. How you doing tonight, Stormy?
I'm all right. My daughter has a loose tooth, so if she freaks out, it's because it fell out. And
Shut up.
Touch it.
Shout out, Shuley.
Yeah.
Shout out, Shuley. Okay. Shout out, Shuley.
Yeah.
Austin says, let us fucking go. I like that. I like the King's English. Let us fucking go. Indeed. Howdy, all, Mr. Stephen Bull. What's up? We're going to shake it up tonight. So your daughter has a little loose tooth situation going on?
Yeah, she's losing her first tooth. So she's kind of like, why is it? It's barely hanging on. So she's
they're by a thread.
Fidgeting with it. So if I have to get up, that's why.
Did you threaten her with the old doorknob trick? Like you tied her thread around it? And
I told her, I said.
It's a classic.
I literally think I've done that.
To get rid of it, you can tie it with the string and put it on the doorknob. She goes, no.
Okay, well, that's one way of doing it. Well, if our friend Scott is also backstage and he's got his technical difficulties straightened up, let's bring our boy Scott Fitzpatrick in. He's the prop master. He goes faster, but only when his computer does. Let's see.
He'll be back.
We'll try again real soon, folks. Okay.
I think he was doing like a political statement with the black screen. He's like,
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. I think he said a lot by not saying anything.
All right, y'all. Well, we're glad to be here with
Andrew.
We're glad to be here. What's going on, Andrew?
Well.
Oh, making fun of it.
Is that a solo or something?
You just get done eating. You left some in your beard.
I think he has some like
I
it's
got
bright in his
turned
face.
into
Yeah.
fuck.
What are you holding there, bro? So of course it's what do you got?
My clothing protector, man.
Your clothing protector. Okay.
Just got finished eating.
Yeah. Okay. All right, bro. I'm glad you're ready. I'm glad you're here with us and you're ready. It's St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day for all the Irish out there.
Are we behind other talking tonight, or do we not have them?
Do we not have out of the coffin tonight? No, we don't have out of the coffin tonight. So what do you call it, Andrew?
It's out of the wheelchair, folks.
That's out of the wheelchair with Andrew tonight. That's right.
And another thing, I literally got 0 sleep last night, so I don't know how I'm functioning right now.
You're speaking pretty clearly, so it seems like you slept good, even though you didn't.
Andrew's you're living off of sports, man. You're living off that bracket high. Andrew's always got the sports. We're going to try to keep up with NFL free agency. I can't remember the last few years where NFL free agency has been so crazy in the first couple of days, right, guys?
And the Patriots just today signed the Dolphins tight end, Gesicki.
Yeah, Mike Gesicki, yeah, right. So that's up to the minute stuff right there, stuff that we don't even have prepared because it is literally moving so fast. So we're going to, we have a lot of it and we're going to grind it out with you.
Even put it in the I put in the hopper for me to remind myself to talk about it.
That's cool,
I don't
bro.
know if you got the messages. I know it's short notice, but I put in the hopper to remind myself to talk about it.
All right, bro. Well, we got everybody here with Scott. We're going to bring him in when he gets his stuff straightened out. But we got a lot of stuff in the hopper, like Andrew says. So you ready, bro?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's right. Let's do this shit. Let's kick it off with the first story. All right, so Bone Loads. I'm going to let Bone Loads take this. So yesterday, Bone Loads contacted me through Messenger, and he says, hey, BF, Maryland's not looking so good right now. And so I turned the Maryland game on, and I watched it, and Maryland ended up coming back and winning, Bone Loads. That ended up kind of being a better game than it started out to be, didn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, Maryland played great, dude. They played horrible at first. They were down. They couldn't hit a bucket, and then they just kind of figured it out. And there was a player I said to keep an eye on was Julian Reese, the sophomore forward. He's shooting 63% field goals this year.
Whoa.
That's pretty effing good. Yeah. Like, he's getting everything around the basket. And yeah, he had a big game yesterday, and the senior, Jameer Young. He's good. He helped them come back and they didn't panic. So
go, Andrew. We got, buddy.
After we discuss this, I have an interesting tweet from Leroy Butler I want to share about Aaron Rodgers and the staying with the Packers.
We'll do that when we get to football. All right.
Yeah, no, that's funny. I heard some stuff about that too. That's cool. I'd like to talk about that too. So, my bad, BF. But Maryland, they're actually pretty good. They haven't they have no bad losses outside of their conference, and they beat Purdue. So they advanced.
So, but the big story yesterday was this Furman. 13th ranked Furman beating the number 4 ranked Virginia Cavaliers, and that ended on like an amazing last minute shot. You talk about that a little bit. You were watching the end of that game?
Oh yeah, that was so crazy. They were trying to heave the ball at the end, I think, maybe to just like run out the score, and the Furman guy intercepted it.
The funny thing is, I picked Maryland to win, so I was holding my breath. I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, but at the end of this Furman game, there was approximately, I think, 7.7 seconds on the clock. Virginia tries to throw the ball down court to just basically make the clock expire. Yeah. The Furman player intercepts it, throws it to his guy who drains the 3, and they end up taking the lead by 1. So if it can do a screen share, I found this, Brett. I got a video of it right here.
Crazy play, huh?
And I'll play this for you.
This is March Madness right here. Like if people ask what's March Madness, this is it right here.
Yeah, here's the attempted inbound throw that'll be to the left. You'll see the player on the left in the purple. He'll intercept the ball, and the game will change. Watch this.
Nope.
Volume's low on that. I'll
That's
play it one
great.
more time. Oh, there you go. They're playing it there.
When I
So
said
look,
nope, but,
interception. Look at this. He tried to just throw it down court. Boom. And so when look at this. Then they try to go down, but time expired. And here, number 4 ranked Virginia loses to a number 13th ranked team. Look at this excitement here. So there you go. A 1 point there. And look at this guy. This is the guy that tried to clear the ball down court.
Ooh.
You can see his. You can read his lips to see.
Yeah,
what
he wasn't
there.
saying fudge.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's the definition of a March Madness upset right there. And my wife says she heard me yelling. She says, I'm not used to you screaming at college basketball. And I'm like, well, that was so like exciting. It was amazing, you know?
Yep. Furman's first tournament in 43 years. I just had a feeling they were going to win, and pat myself on the back. I did pick them in my bracket, and I think we actually picked them in our bracket, didn't we?
Yes, I'll give you props for that.
Yeah.
You are as named by Austin. You're our Bone Loads Vital on the West Coast. He dubbed you. We did a pop-up bracket show for those of you who might have caught it on what did you do that Wednesday, right? Early Wednesday,
Yes.
or late Tuesday. Did it late Tuesday?
Tuesday. Sorry, yeah.
Tuesday night. Yeah, we did late Tuesday before the play-in games. These guys said, hey, let's get together and do that bracket selection show, and you did pick them. Go ahead, Andrew.
Is there any live games on right now so I could do a little bit of reporting for you guys?
The Human Sports Ticker, are asking me.
On. Yeah,
there were some games on. I had to turn them off before I came on air. Look at Scott down here. What you got your pictures down there? Oh shit!
Yeah,
Andrew Art. Look at this, Andrew Blow Art.
Gosh, that was cool.
Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up.
Look at it. He's got a thing that, and it's Andrew. That's pretty cool. Scott.
There's Scott right there. That answers your question. So that was an amazing upset. That had me screaming. You know, I really can't sit through a lot of the games, but I like I told you last week, I love those kind of last minute kind of buzzer beaters or game changing scenarios like that. I really enjoyed that. So that was a lot of fun. And let's talk about the next one. Let's talk about the Princeton Tigers. 15th ranked Princeton Tigers defeating the number 2 Arizona Wildcats and breaking millions of brackets, Bone Loads.
Yeah. Just no one predicted that. We were even saying the other day, like we can't pick a 15 against 2. Like we just can't. And third straight year.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I almost picked Princeton too, but I thought against it.
Yeah, we debated that a little bit because I think Princeton had some better numbers. They had some like stronger. I think they had a higher average points per game, and they were kind of making us consider like, hey, should we pick these guys over Arizona? But I don't know. You know, we kind of all choked on it and went with the high ranked team. You know,
exactly. Yeah, it's like a perennial power versus a team that played nobody except in the Ivy League, and that's how they got in the tournament. They won the Ivy League tourney. If they didn't win the conference tourney, they wouldn't be even be in the tournament. So we didn't give them any chance. We gave them no chance, and they upset Cinderella. The clock struck midnight.
Hey, there's our friend Fox
Whatever
5. Fox
the
5.
phrase is.
Yeah,
Cinderella. Yeah, see, Cinderella story. Yeah,
I'll put that up again. I'll read it if you don't mind. Fox 5, $1.99. This is a Cinderella story in the making. Thank you, Fox 5. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Fox.
And this is what
the glass slipper last night.
Mr. Fox,
I don't know how that works.
the AA tournament watcher.
Is Fox 5 a watcher? Is that what you're asking?
Ooh, good question. Drop another super chat. Let us know.
Or just answer for free too. Zona overrated this year. Okay, Brett, that's cool. Yeah, overrated.
I think so too.
I tell you, we really considered the numbers when we were crunching the numbers that night. We were like, it looks like Princeton, like mathematically, might have a little chance here. Like on paper, it kind of looked like it was a possibility, but just didn't have the courage to go through the pick like millions of other people. But,
I probably talked you guys out of it. I was like, no, we can't.
you may have, but you also did talk us into Furman, so I'll give you that. It's an even.
Cool.
Yeah, I like what Stut Joe says. Zona is overrated, but I wouldn't have picked Princeton.
I am never second guessing Bone Loads again.
That's right. That's why I think he earned the title Boneloads Vital, because my man loving the March Madness, and that's why we're leaning on him for these first two stories. All right, so Brett, for better or worse, put up our brackets, please. So Brett was nice enough to create a bracket for us on the ESPN bracket site, and so you can see the standings. And look, of all people, go figure, Andrew, do you know who's in first place?
Me?
Yeah, the lead anchor of the freaking Sports Heads, of course. Only apropos that Andrew is in first place. How about that, bro? Andrew's killing it right there. 210
That's
points.
Stuff, man.
Now, as I confess, I'm not the biggest. Hey, Fox 5, $4.99. I grew up in Indianapolis. I'm in and out of the series. Yeah. So
What do you mean?
you will notice. What's that, Andrew?
What does it mean by that?
Well, I know Indianapolis usually is one of the places they have some of the main tournaments. It's one of the central locations, right? And so maybe he's like kind of in and out of interest in the tournament is the way I took it. Or in and out of going. But so there's the bracket right there. I'm not sure which bracket this one is right here. You showing Andrew's bracket?
Yours, Bobby.
Oh, thanks. That meant to be a laugh. Yeah, that's mine because I'm a joke, because I'm literally like the only people below me are people that actually didn't fill out a bracket. So that'll give you some kind of idea of my basketball knowledge. Like I said, I'm not the biggest basketball fan in that regard, but our boy Andrew is.
I watched Marquette for most of the year, and I'm like, wow, these guys could actually win the damn thing.
And that's good. And that's like we were talking about before the show. And Brett said that you have to kind of watch this stuff all year and really know how these guys are playing to really have any chance, or otherwise my bracket is a crapshoot. So you can see my crapshoot bracket right there is on display. So proof positive right there.
It's not over yet. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not over yet. I like it. It's not over yet. I like your optimism.
What teams did I get wrong, BF?
I don't know. I guess you put it up right there. What does it say? Clicking on yours now. It's not enough. You got to know how right you are. You had Furman going. You had Virginia going ahead, but Furman won, so you didn't pick that upset on yours. Let's see. And of course, everybody got killed with Arizona. You had Arizona going through, so everybody got killed on that one. That's all I really see, Andrew. That's all I really see on your bracket, bro. Basically, Arizona, the one that everybody got wrong, the whole world got wrong, and then...
Did I pick some upsets?
Is this going to be explain Andrew's bracket to himself, Knight? Listen.
I can't remember.
Do that shit on your own time, Andrew. Plus, you're winning. You don't need too much explain to you. You got to explain some shit to me. Hey, check out our friend Corndiff is checking in. I see our friend Corndiff in the chat.
Cheers.
Corndiff. Hello. Hello, Corndiff. Why are you here, Corndiff? Okay.
Enjoy yourself.
All right.
At least it isn't wrestling, Stormy.
That's true. Well, I like basketball, so
Shepherd's
I can handle
pie.
this more than any sport, really.
I fucked up. I can't even. I'm so tired from no sleep. I can't remember who I damn picked.
Oh,
I
goodness.
love it. Insomnia, Andrew. Were you excited about the Marquette game? Was that why you couldn't sleep, or?
Oh, he's probably on Twitter.
Just excited about the show, thinking about what to say, what not to say.
Andrew's cranked up. He's the lead anchor of the Sports Heads. He's ready to go. He was ready to go last night. All right. So I know.
Did you crank one off?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, yeah.
Andrew.
Okay, I see we got some people checking in the chat, Stormy. Who we got in the chat?
Oh, we
Got the Corn.
Red Bar Radio.
Red Bar Radio. Red Bar is watching.
Yeah.
What's up? Acid Dust. Oh my God, I can't believe it's the actual Corn Diff. What's happening, Acid Dust? All right.
Starstruck.
Eeyore. All right, Steve. What's up? All right. So let's keep it going. All right, Andrew. Now I know the biggest NFL story close to your heart is Brett Favre. Tell people about Brett Favre. Excuse me. Aaron Rodgers. I always make that mistake with Packers quarterbacks. Talk about the big Aaron Rodgers move. What's happening? And we're going to talk about his interview on the Pat McAfee show. Go ahead.
This pansy.
Oh.
I love him, but he's a bitch.
Block Aaron Rodgers from YouTube so he never sees this show.
Okay, I have pansy and bitch so far. What else you got, bro?
He is complaining about them drafting a quarterback behind his back, and I knew right then Aaron was gonna leave.
Yeah, I know you're heartbroken about that.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
I knew way before this. It was only a matter of time before Aaron would leave.
Right, so he's moving on to the Jets. We talked about it last week on the show, and we had heard that compensation had already been worked out, and we reported that it was basically waiting on Aaron to make the decision on this. And so he appeared on the Pat McAfee show, but before he appeared on McAfee, if you scroll down on this tweet right here a little bit, he had a wish list. Andrew, talk about his wish list and talk about who he has and who he hasn't gotten yet.
He wanted to be the Green Bay Pansy Jets.
What the hell are you talking about? The Green Bay Pansy Jets?
What?
All right, but talk about his wish list, which is right here. Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, Mercedes Lewis, and Odell Beckham Jr. Talk about his list and how it's gone so far.
I think that's a feasible list, but unfortunately, I don't think the Packers would ever do this because they're too much of a self-centered, whatever we have, deal with type mentality.
Okay, but he already got Alan Lazard, right? That's kind of the point I was getting at, right? He already got one of his pieces, right?
Yep.
I love Andrew's word for that, feasible. Like, is that what he said? Right? Like,
Yeah.
and he's completely right. Yeah, like that's realistic lists they could get together for him. Like, so basically,
if you watched any of the Pat McAfee interview, which was a pretty good interview with him, at one point I was watching it live, and there were 460,000 people watching this live. I mean, that's an amazing number. That was the highest number I just witnessed personally. So it was like the hottest story of the week. And if we can roll into the next video element here, he talks about. I got a couple clips from it, and then the first one, let's see. He talks about he's quite a candid guy. He's friends with McAfee. He's sitting. These are just like bros sitting around talking with like 500,000 people watching. But basically, he gets down to the nitty gritty and how he really felt about a lot of these things going on. And in this one, he talks about hiring of Nathaniel Hackett by the Jets. If you can roll that one, please.
Obviously, it does.
Moon mode.
Oh, it's the best. Put focus, rate the moon mode.
Boom. Yep.
Boom. Lay off me.
See you
Yeah,
tomorrow.
the moon mode. I thought that you couldn't get another call, but obviously it doesn't work. But listen, there's a lot of reasons why the Jets are attractive. But there's one coach who's meant as much to me as any coach I've ever had, and he happens to be the coordinator there. So,
okay, so that did matter when it happened. Okay, and it ended up mattering potentially.
It didn't matter at the time for sure, but
Got it.
There was obviously an interest from them and just from quite a few other teams, but that seemed to be the
Hackett was at the bottom of the bottom. Remember,
time.
head coach Denver Broncos. We suck. He's out of here. Now he's offensive coordinator for the Jets, and it's like Aaron's like, really interested in the New York Jets because the guy that they just hired is the offensive coordinator. Good for Hackett, bro.
Go.
Good for Hackett.
Good boy, Nate.
Legit, you have a great affinity for him, and we talked about him a little bit this season with how the season was going with the Broncos in his first year as head coach, and you spoke glowingly of him. And not that you ever don't speak glowingly of people, but like it felt like that was a genuine emotion because of, I think, his family and the whole lineage and the success you guys had with the Gold Zone. So much positive was said about him by you that when the Jets hired him, everybody was like, oh, this is the Jets trying to recruit Aaron. They're hiring Hackett in an attempt to get Aaron Rodgers here. So you saying that, I think there's going to be people that are like, Woody, Salah, boys, chess, playing it.
Good pick.
Playing it.
Well, listen.
Check this out.
I take it. With any offense I've taken today, the only offense I'm going to take is to that statement, honestly, because
Okay.
that actually diminishes the ability that he has to coach football and connect with people. And
Got it.
that is, to me, a fucking objective reality that anybody who's been around Nathaniel Hackett knows that he brings a lot of energy, a lot of fun. He's an incredible teacher of the game, especially the quarterback position. And he's a really good human being. So if it's, for people to say that was done just in an attempt to lure me, is a total disservice to Nathaniel Hackett, what he's accomplished in his career, the kind of person that he is. And so I take.
You shouldn't. It was all
That's cool,
compliment,
Joe.
I think, by people.
That's cool, Brett. Thank you.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with it.
So Andrew, a couple of weeks ago, when you were talking about the possible landing places for Aaron Rodgers, you speculated right away the Jets. You were one of the first persons I heard say the Jets, and you said this was the reason why. So what do you think about him talking about his coach like this?
My thinking was of a smart sports guy. I ain't no dummy.
Right.
First of all, they won a Super Bowl together, I believe. So they're trying to create it again.
Naked.
And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to realize they were trying to get Aaron Rodgers months ago.
Yeah, and you said it months ago, bro, but he's kind of taking it as an offense, saying that would be an offense to him as a coach. I kind of get what he was saying, but I agree with you. I agree. What do you say?
Bullshit.
Bullshit. You're feeling bullshit.
I feel differently. I feel like they actually hired Nathaniel Hackett based on, just him being Nathaniel Hackett as opposed to the Aaron Rodgers lure, or so to speak. I think he was hired before even Rodgers was in the picture. I could be wrong, but that's just my personal feeling. I feel that, man.
Yeah, and you can see that he got really comfortable at many moments during that interview and was dropping F-bombs and everything, and he talks very candidly. I mean, when you listen to him, you get the sense that he's a guy that's not pulling any punches.
I love it. Scotty, you look like you want to say something about the Hackett thing.
Well, because he kind of sucked in Denver. So
right, you're a Denver Broncos fan, so I know you have a feeling about that.
So I really don't know what he'd be. Well, I think he got hired.
You were kind of shocked by it,
to
Scott?
vote Aaron Rodgers in. Say what?
You were kind of shocked by it?
No, I don't think. I'm thinking it's kind of shocking. Is how Aaron Rodgers seems to be following the path of Brett Favre's career.
Yeah, it is kind of eerie, making the same kind of steps.
I think next year he'll go to the Vikings.
the exact same thing. But it is true that some people aren't cut out to be head coaches. We've seen many examples of this where some people are just better suited as being coordinators. They're not good with the entire load on them. And maybe that's the case here, and maybe they will have that rekindle that relationship. But we do have a couple more video clips. In this next video clip.
And I have another thing on this.
Please, before we roll it.
I think Garrett Jones, or Garrett, whatever that kid's name is.
Wilson.
Devontae Adams 2.0 with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so you're calling it right now. There's Andrew's another call. So you think with Aaron Rodgers, he's going to make this young guy another Devontae Adams. That's a bold call. But in this one, everyone was so speculating. We felt last week that this was kind of a done deal, but was waiting for Aaron to approve it.
I'm predicting it now. 1,400 yards by him and 12 TDs.
1,400 yards and 12 TDs. Let me type this down a little bit. Get it in my 1,000. All right, so we can remember all that. All right, bro, we'll get back to that. But until then, we'll have to see if those numbers come to pass, Andrew. But we still have another video clip that will explain the actual status. Last week we had heard that it's all done but for him okaying it. And now here's the update as of him being on the Pat McAfee show. If you could roll this, please.
About
taking part in the off-season workouts? Do you want to get up there and throw to those guys? Or what?
Well, listen, again, it's one step at a time here. Right now, I'm still under contract. So all I've stated today is I do want to play, and my intention will be to play for the Jets. But until the trade happens, I think we're still at that step.
You and Woody, how'd it go? Because we all know, you know, he knows, you know, we know, they know.
Yep.
He, they, and they, the whole. How'd it go? 11 hours? Is that right? Is that an accurate description of how long you guys met for when he flew out?
No, it's not accurate.
Okay, thank you.
It was pre-daylight savings. They walked out about just after sunset, which is probably shortly after 6. They arrived at the house at 2, so 6 minus 2, carry the 1 would be about 4 hours.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, that's enough of that one, Brett.
that
Please,
one-
thank you. So yeah, so
I could barely hear you.
I love it.
so he's still technically under contract. He said basically as long as nothing goes wrong and no unforeseen things come up, the deal should happen. And his intention is to be a Jet. And I got one more last clip here. If we could roll number 8, where I found this one very interesting because he talks about in this clip in element number 8 about how they told him in so many words that they want to move on from him and that they basically let other people know. And he explains that in this number 8 clip right here. We can roll that one, please.
An appreciation, gratitude for everything that Green Bay has done for me. So much love and gratitude, and just heart open to the Packer fans.
For Andrew.
The quarterback.
Yeah.
Hear that?
And also the reality of the situation, like it is what it is. The Packers would like to move on. They've let me know that in so many words. They've let other people know that in direct words. And because I still have that fire and I want to play and I would like to play in New York, it's just a matter of, getting that done at this point.
Okay, people in New York are doing this right now.
Yeah.
People in New York are pumped right now, and I appreciate you laying it all out there. I appreciate you detailing your side of it, why you feel the way you feel. Now,
So that's it. Let's go to Lupin again. So Andrew, what do you think about that? Where I know you wanted him to be your quarterback until it ended, but he basically said right there in that clip that he heard through other people that the organization wants to move on. So how do you feel about the Packers saying that about him?
Bye, Andrew.
Okay,
Why does Pat McCaffrey
Hey, there
have
he
so many
is.
drinks on his desk?
I was trying to find the volume button. I hit the wrong damn fucking cunt button.
So like I said, he basically heard through friends and other players that there were rumblings going on that the team wants to move on from him. Now, how do you feel about that compared to your desire to wanting him to stay there and retire as a Packer, Andrew?
I think this is different than Brett Favre's situation, though.
Why? Because he's not sending a dick pic?
I think, and here's why. I blame the Packers for this situation.
Attaboy.
Yep.
Go ahead and elaborate more if you want.
One,
Ooh.
they didn't have to draft a quarterback 30th overall in 2020. They didn't even tell him they were drafting a quarterback, which I thought was a shitty move. He had to find out from media that they were drafting a quarterback.
From you?
Media.
Oh, no, you said the media. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Not Mia. I thought you said me. I thought you got Italian on me.
Media.
I know what you said. I was just fucking with you, bro.
Is
But
that
yeah,
number two?
that is something.
You got more?
Yeah,
Is that
is
it?
that
You have
number
more points?
And
His list on
That-
the
they
ceiling.
contradicted themselves that fast.
Well, yeah, they should have stood behind the decision. I think as an organization, when you determine that you need to draft a guy to develop him a couple years, you should tell your quarterback. So I can understand if because there was some sneakiness involved. They were acting like maybe we will draft him, maybe we won't draft him, and then they kind of were acting like they weren't going to draft him, and then they did draft another quarterback. And that should have been the writing on the wall for you and many other fans, and even for him right there. But he complained. He managed to stay around a little bit, but ultimately this was going to happen at the end of his career, Andrew. But you blame the Packers for drafting a quarterback.
Jordan Love.
Okay. Go ahead,
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, before we
This
move on,
is not Aaron Rodgers' fault. I don't want to hear bad mouthing about Aaron Rodgers. That's totally. This is totally. If Jordan Love was not drafted by the Packers, we would not be in this situation right now. 100%.
Well, maybe not this year, Andrew, but eventually this scenario like this was going to play out at the end of a quarterback's career, even if he was something like Aaron Rodgers and won a championship for him. It's going to happen at some point. These guys age out.
Didn't you have something to say about Leroy Butler? My bad, Scotty.
No, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want you to forget about that.
I will find the tweet.
Oh, we have. So
maybe we can pull up. We can pull up some of these super chats a while.
Yeah.
See, Fox 5 had one.
I heard him during the on the radio saying that a bunch of people in Green Bay, because he actually lives there. He's the one Hall of Famer that actually still lives there, and a bunch of people are moving on. Go ahead.
Here's the tweet. The reason why I took 3 pay cuts to stay with the Packers is the fans. They have done everything to make this work. I didn't have to leave to realize how good I had at Green Bay. Yes, New York is a bigger market, but at least I could find the parking lot.
You like that quote, huh? So that's Leroy Butler. That's a ex-Packer that still lives in the area, right? Let's see. Fox 5, $4.99. I live in Austin, Texas. The only way UT will make it to the NCAA tournament is if they buy a ticket. Fox 5, $4.99. Thank you. One says, hello, SportsHeads. We got a kiss for you. Hello, friend Sports. Yes. Brian, what's up? BK. Brian Crowder. What's up?
So he's basically bashing Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yeah, he said everyone and all the fans have moved on. They all got number 10 jerseys. They're all about Jordan Love now. Like they want to see him.
You kind of doing that at the beginning of the show or the beginning of this topic?
Well, that's why I say Andrew is torn, because sometimes he's mad at the Packers and sometimes he's mad at Aaron Rodgers. But all right, so that's a good question, Andrew. You wanted him to retire a Packer, and Leroy Butler is being critical. So do you think that he should have accepted less and less money as he went through his career to retire a Packer? Go.
No.
Thought you want to think on it for a minute.
No. Four MVPs, I'm worth more than what they give me. So fuck you, I'm moving somewhere else.
Okay.
What did you think about him making the comment that he was in the debate as being one of the best Packers of all time? He's the longest tenured Packer, but he's putting himself up there with Bart Starr and Favre.
Hands down, Favre's better.
All right, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here. Favre is better.
More yards, more TDs. Rodgers has less interceptions. He's made it to 2 Super Bowls and lost 1. Rodgers only been to 1.
There you go. There's the facts right there, right off the dome from Andrew. Yes. So, Stuck Joe Depot says, thanks for the gifted sub to Brian Clowry. Yes. Thank you for the gifted sub. And if you are curious about gifted subs here on the YouTube Shuli Network, if you are watching on YouTube, give me a second, Andrew. If you go down to the little join subscribe thing, if you click on that, you can join and you can become a member. And you can get all the tier 2 content that you would normally get on Patreon. You can get it in like one click. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy on here. And I enjoy really watching all these shows every day because I see generous people like Dave Daffler and Brian Clowder and so many others gifting subscriptions to all these other people in chat. This is a wonderful chat family. Some people have been curious about hello, Gina Bobina. Some people are curious, how do I acquire one of these gifted subs? Well, you have to go into your sub settings and you have to allow it to accept gift subscriptions.
Click on the little area where it says
Can you
it.
check on mine real quick?
No, we're doing a show. We'll do it after the show.
No, like
No. No, go ahead.
I'm not saying right now. Can
No.
you-
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it later. Okay, yeah. So if you want to do that, you can get all the tier 2 Patreon content, easy peasy, one click. Check that out. You get all the little fancy green lettering and emojis. They're making up cool coffin emojis and bad emojis and fun shit every day. So thanks to everyone that's gifting subs and everybody that's buying subs. Go ahead, Andrew.
Okay, so do you think Packers
I'm
fans
sexy.
will accept him with the open arms when he's
Oh no.
done playing? I know I
Do
will.
you think you
I
will?
know I will.
I know it's bittersweet. I know he's your hero, and he's one of the best quarterbacks you've ever had. But yeah, when he comes back, I'm sure a lot of people will.
Because it would be a crime if they don't retire his number.
What you got, Bones? Youngs, are you muted?
I'm muted.
All
Sorry.
There you
Double
go.
chocolate stout. Young's double chocolate stout. Sorry, Andrew. What you were saying
Double
earlier.
chocolate? No way. That's cool.
Yeah, it seemed festive for the the holidays. What were you
Yeah,
saying,
you're
Andrew?
like,
It'd be a crime if the chairs.
No.
What is that?
What's everybody got?
Creatine?
Black
Crime
Afghan.
if the Packers say fuck you to him and not let him retire as a Packer.
That's
Nah,
not
they
going to
won't.
happen.
Yeah.
That's
If
not
they
gonna
if they
happen.
let Rodgers back, they're gonna. I mean, if they let Favre back, they'll let Rodgers back. Favre was way.
I'm
worse.
glad I'm not the only one that confuses Rodgers and Favre. I do that shit all the time. Bro.
That's what I'm worried about. Him leaving will ruin the whole thing with Rodgers, Green Bay. It's not going to for me. It happens. It's a business. I even tweeted at him, even though he doesn't read half of shit.
He probably blocked you. Yeah. This guy's
I see-
too horny.
Hey, Stormy, do we got some? I think I see some chatters checking in. We got a super chat.
No,
What we
not
got? What's it say? You can read that one.
in my sports.
Oh, you tuned from the sports account. Okay, so he can't. If he followed you back, he wanted to see just muff in his face or anything like crazy stuff like that.
No, no.
Okay.
Go ahead, Stormy. You take that one.
I'm late. Did Bob get his pool yet?
He has 2 weeks from today. He has literally 2 weeks.
Oh.
Thank you to our friend Joe, King of all dabbers, $2. Thank you, bro Joe.
Did
What's that? Joe's got one, but you got to see a couple more of these, Stormy. You see that one?
Out on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. Check your mic, Stormy. Make sure you're coming through your proper mic.
Burn.
Sound a
I heard
little,
it. She's
sound a little
good.
muffled.
Can
A
you
little
hear me?
muffled. I can hear you, but you sound a little muffled, like you might be coming through another mic. I just wanted to say that. real
Yeah.
quick.
No, I just wasn't talking loud enough.
Bob is
I
not
mean-
getting a pool. We all know that. Brian Clatter, $2. Thanks, bro. I say Bob should have a pool digging party. Invite all of us. We'll get the whole dug way fast, won't we?
Maybe
So
he's getting the fountain of youth.
He needs it.
Hmm.
Go, Andrew.
I have a lot of Packers are moving on from them, including the franchise quarterback.
Yeah, and we have a lot of free agency to cover yet, Andrew. That was just the the Aaron Rodgers story. But I
And-
have a
And
Okay.
Dean Lowry, I have a new one. Dean Lowry, one of the big defensive players to the rival Vikings on a 2-year deal.
to the rival Vikings at that. Ooh, hiss.
Wow. Yeah.
That's even worse.
Any better?
All right, let's talk about in our next element I have here, number 9, please. Let's put this tweet up. We got it. This is a tweet that didn't age well. This is the current. This was the last superstar quarterback. Talk about this one, Andrew.
I'm going to laugh my ass off when Aaron Rodgers makes a fool of his young ass.
Well, for the people that can't read it because they're on a small screen, Andrew, I'll read it for them. And it says, this is the current. This was Zach Wilson. This was that young whippersnapper quarterback who they drafted a couple years ago. He was one of the many Jets quarterback who were supposed to be the quarterback of the future, i.e. Sam Darnold. But he was supposed to be the next one. Now he's better known for banging old chicks than he is throwing touchdowns. So he says, I'm going to make that dude's life hell in practice every day. And when the quote is attributed to Zach Wilson in January on if the Jets signed a veteran quarterback during free agency. So that's what Andrew is saying. So basically, Zach Wilson is claiming now he'll have to make his life a living hell. So what do you think about that, Andrew? Go on that one.
Fat chance and go sit your ass and bang another hot chick that's probably your grandma's age.
Yeah, can you tell us more about the banging old chicks part? Like, what was that all about? That's interesting.
You didn't hear that?
Nah.
He was notoriously apparently he was connected to like some of his friends' mothers or something. Apparently he has a taste for well-aged wine, if you will, fine wines, if you will.
He's gonna
Yeah.
get Aaron
I
Rodgers.
got mommy
mom.
issues.
Mm.
Oh,
What do you say, Scott?
He's going
Yes.
after Aaron Rodgers' mom.
He's going to
Yeah.
get Aaron Rodgers' mom. I'll show you, Aaron. I'll make your life a living hell. I'll bang your mom.
By the way, he does not talk to his family at all.
So he has mom issues. Yeah, that's probably it.
I think we just psychoanalyzed that guy. So yeah, so that should be interesting to see. He's probably going to be like a little chump with his tail between his legs. Hello, Mr. Rogers. Yes, Mr.
He's gonna be
Rogers.
dropping dimes. He's just gonna be like,
Yeah. So that'd be interesting to see who makes whose life hell in there.
exactly. You might as well ask for a trade now, son.
What's that, Scott?
Is your mom married?
Yeah, right. Is your mom married? Hey, Brett. Yeah, hey, Brett.
He's
Hey,
interested
Aaron.
in this mom stuff. Yeah.
Your mom's pretty hot, bro. Your mom's hot.
That's a great call. Just make his life hell. He bangs his mom, and Aaron can't even think. He's like, fuck.
They go antiquing together.
Look, I like Stephen C says he likes them leathery cougars. That's right. Steven, he's keeping up. He knows what's up.
With the lips all out like Venus flytraps, like they've been banged 50 times a night.
All right, Andrew. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's get into this NFL free agency now, Andrew. Let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Ezekiel
bro.
Elliott. No. Hey. Goodbye.
Yeah, right.
No. Hey. Goodbye.
Andrew, last week we got the Saints go marching in when you talked about the Saints deal. So now we got another song this week. Tell them about Zeke. Tell them what happened.
Bye. Overrated Zeke.
Glad you got some money up front, huh?
He was good when he started in the league, but Pollard really wiped his ass.
Great point. He made him expendable for sure. Pollard just
Yeah,
came out and
I was really surprised to see the amount of touches that Pollard ended up getting by the end of the season compared to the guy that they paid all the money to.
Yeah. Pollard, the emergence of Tony Pollard made Ezekiel Elliott expendable for sure.
Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones was where were you $40 million ago or something, right?
He's like, now we got this young kid, Tony Pollard. He can play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. So, I mean, people were saying before that if Jerry Jones didn't sign him, they were sacrificing the future of the Dallas Cowboys for years to come. And here, what are we 2 years removed from that big deal? And then he's gone. They're sending him down the road. $
100 million. I think he was the first running back, right, to get $100 million technically.
Might
Don't
have
quote me
been.
on that, but yeah.
So, Andrew, do you have any speculated landing spots for Ezekiel Elliott? I'm going to take that as a no.
On your face?
I do have one spot. And you're going to go, what? The Tampa Bay Bucks.
What?
Ooh.
What? We were all ready for that one. What? All
They
right.
still got a couple guys from the line.
We'll see.
Yeah,
All right, but let's keep going with this
Brady.
free agency frenzy because there's a lot of free agency going. Let's go on to the next one. So Ezekiel Elliott's gone from Dallas. Now we're going to get on. We're going to get on the quarterback carousel, Andrew.
Speaking of the Patriots,
Yes.
we're there already.
Okay.
Juju Smith-Schuster has signed a 3-year deal with them, and leaving Jacoby Myers. If we could find that tweet real quick, that
Shit
would
out
be
of luck.
funny. If we could find that tweet from him real quick, I should have put it in the hopper. Look up Jacoby Myers. You should find it. He subtweeted it.
I have it in here, but I don't know which of my tweets it is yet until I get to it, Andrew, because we haven't gotten to that yet. But let's talk about the ones we got right now. Let's talk about Jeff White right here. He signed a deal to back Tua in Miami, and we'll get to that other one.
I think he could beat him out.
Yeah. Mike White, right? The guy from
Mike
the
White.
Jets.
Mike White.
I
Yeah.
know what you meant. Yeah.
I totally think he could beat him out and leave Tua in the dust and send him into retirement.
Damn.
Well, he might have to just for Tua's sake to save his life because he took 4 concussions last year. I don't know how much more football realistically that young man has in him.
Yeah.
How old is
What do
he?
you think, Andrew? Good
How old is
question.
Tua, Andrew? Do you know how old Tua is?
26. Going
26?
to be 26 this coming year. He's
All right.
20. He was in his 25 age 25 season.
Age 25 season. So this is a result as the dominoes moving. As you know, Aaron Rodgers ends up at Jet. You know, he had to go somewhere, so he ended up in Miami. So backing up Tua. So we'll have to see how that works out. There's a lot of moves.
I think White will be the starter.
He's
Wow,
capable,
you're calling White as the starter over Tua right now, huh?
No chance Tua's coming back.
He reminds me a lot of David Garrard, how he'll throw 4 touchdowns, but then he'll throw 4 picks the next week, you know? So we'll see if he's consistent, if he can figure it out.
Ryan.
All right, our next free agent we want to talk about is Jalen Ramsey. Let's see that. You can put that one up again, please. Put up that stud Joan again. It
That was
says,
huge.
Tua has one of the best sports medicine teams in the biz. He will be back stronger than ever. You're very, very pro Florida statement there, Stutcho. Okay, we'll see. I'm hopeful for the man. I thought he was really going to be the guy. It seems like but for the concussions, I think he still could be that guy. So we'll have to see. I wish the best for him.
Same,
It's just funny how some people are more susceptible to the long-term effects of concussions than others.
I'd rather him not, fuck up his life, for football. For sure. Yeah.
If he didn't have concussion issues last season, he would have been MVP hands down.
Oh, he was on fire. Yeah, he was crushing it, dude. Yeah, they were. Yeah, I totally agree. The Dolphins are loaded, stacked, multiple.
All right. Well, we can move on to the next one, please, and let's talk about Jalen Ramsey.
Hey now.
They just got him. Speaking
Who
of
is they, Andrew?
Dolphins,
There you go.
their defense is scary good. 12 wins, I'm predicting, or more next season
Damn.
from their defense alone.
So
Just
yeah,
based
so
on the cast, okay, not the quarterback. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, BF.
the Dolphins get Pro Bowl cornerback Jalen Ramsey. The Rams get the 2023 third-round pick. It's number 77, and they got a tight end, Hunter Long. And it said the trade would have been processed by Wednesday. So I think that's a pretty big move. Jalen Ramsey is still one of the premier cornerbacks in the league. So the Dolphins are making moves, making money moves.
Still waiting on the Rodgers move. It'll probably happen on draft night, boys.
You think they're going to wait that long?
Yeah, teams seem to make moves on draft day that they probably normally wouldn't make. So,
Well, they're
I
going to
feel like
dangle
you're
it
on
out there
that.
that long. I figured with everything in place, they would go ahead with it so everybody can get going and get moving in the new direction. But all right, Baker Mayfield, Andrew. Before we get to our next one, another free agent move.
Very underrated quarterback. I think he could very well bring the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a next Super Bowl.
So they go from Tom Brady to a one-year deal for Baker Mayfield. Now, Baker Mayfield was the highly touted first-round draft pick quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. He was supposed to be the future at one point.
Very underrated.
I don't know. That's debatable. I mean, he was spotty to me, Andrew. I don't know if he ever really lived up to the hype. He had flashes of greatness. He ended up going to L.A. and having that flashy touchdown that no one expected. I think that kind of breathed some life into his career again. But
absolutely, yeah. Go ahead, BF. Sorry, I didn't mean to
no,
cut
you
off.
agree? Because he was out there in L.A., right?
Yep, totally agree. Yeah, he went to LA, and I think he just impressed a lot of people. How he just showed up and just took the job and took control of it and was consummate professional. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Like his short time at the Rams saved his career. Absolutely.
Yeah, it got him to the next step. So we'll have to see how that goes in Tampa with the Buccaneers. Yeah. All right. What else we got here?
Good pick.
Wait, there's more.
There's more.
Are you writing down these predictions, Stormy? All these predictions from Andrew.
No, at least they're going to be on here so we can go back and listen later.
Yeah, he always beats me.
I got it right here. Right here. Typing it down right now.
A lot of them tonight.
All right. We have more quarterback moves. We have Andy Dalton signed a contract, Andrew.
Big Red.
Big Red, that's right.
Yeah, burger plan or something.
Veteran quarterback Andy Dalton is expected to reach an agreement on a 2-year, $10 million deal that includes $8 million fully guaranteed with the Carolina Panthers per source. The contract max value is $17 million. So he's going to get $8 million guaranteed, Andrew. What do you think about that, Carolina?
Be a backup?
That's a good question. It doesn't say how they intend to use him. Veteran free agent. Well, Carolina traded with the Chicago Bears for the number 1 pick. So I think that speculation is they're going to draft a quarterback at number 1 and probably have Dalton. I'm guessing they'll have Dalton in to kind of bring him along. You think that's how it might go?
I disagree with that.
Okay. What do you say? What's Andrew's take?
What do you think? Yeah.
I think they should have veteran backup to help him along.
Okay.
Give the kid the range.
Yeah.
So that's always been the argument, Andrew. The classic way to handle it is that the rookie sits. The rookie sits on the bench and he learns the playbook. He observes. And when I was younger, rookie quarterbacks never, ever played their first year. But as salaries increased and desperation has increased and performance by these athletes increased, they are kind of bringing these guys in younger. But so that comes down to an organizational decision, Andrew. So you think they should start him, but a lot of teams think he should watch.
Depends on the caliber of the first round pick.
I agree. It depends on the caliber, and that might be the determining factor. They may very well be a battle for the starting quarterback job with Andy Dalton, but he's another guy that has flashes of greatness, but never really quite did anything with it. So there's tons of NFL free agency moves.
Cincinnati, the biggest bust ever.
Yeah, he was originally drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals. He was supposed to be, I don't know if he's the biggest bust ever. You know, they've had some other ones.
One of them.
He's certainly
he
one
won
of
all
them.
the playoffs his first couple of years, like his first 3-4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not too bad. And he was
When they
second
had
round pick too.
Marvin Lewis as a head coach. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Carson Palmer, John Kitna thing. Do you want Dalton to play for the year while the rookie sits? Even Mahomes, he sat behind Alex Smith for a year. So, it'd be interesting. Maybe whoever they draft is just really impressive, and they have no choice but to start him. But it seems like that's going to be the Panthers' reasoning is like, we're going to have them compete. If the kid's not ready, we're going to have Andy step in.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a little insurance policy, and you have a mentor. So we'll have to see. Andrew, Taylor Heineke, ex-Commanders quarterback. Did you hear about that deal?
I think it's going to be the next Falcon star quarterback.
We can go into the next one, please. You think Taylor Heineke is going to be the next? Did I click on the wrong one, Joe? I mean, I'm saying Joe. Oh, did I jump one ahead? Yeah, you had the Sam Darnold one up. I think you were right. Yeah, we can go with the Sam Darnold one, please. Sam Darnold, Andrew, with the 49ers.
Yeah, boy.
I think
King of all dabbers just got here. Did we talk about Bob's pool yet? Can you do that again?
A little bit, yeah.
Thank you. $2, King of all dabbers. Thanks, Joe.
I said he has 2 weeks to go until it's officially no pool in March. So get on it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying March, right? They're going to come at it March. They're going to start digging in March. Like I said, we'd be better off if we just went there and started digging the hole for him. He'd have better luck with
I'm
that.
so down, dude. Yeah. Like if we all built Bob's pool, like how cool would that be?
That would be awful.
These guys are such fans of me that to build my pool. Oh, God.
if you build it, they will come.
Oh my God.
That's right, Andrew. Boy, and don't he know it. Bob's going to regret building this pool, I think, with all the people that are trying to invite themselves. If you build it, they will come, and they're going to go. Might give him some second thoughts about actually building it. Like, if I build it, I'm going to have all these fools at my house. So, talk about Sam Darnold going to be a 49er, Andrew.
I have many comments about this team and the quarterback situation.
Don't hold back, man.
If Purdy didn't hurt his elbow, I would say release Trey Lance. Now that Purdy's elbow is shot and he's seemingly out for the year, whose team is it?
Yeah, so Garoppolo's gone. You have Garoppolo gone now. You have Purdy and Lance, right? That's who they have for quarterbacks now that they let Garoppolo go. So now they're going to put Sam Darnold in the mix, but Purdy has to recover from his injuries. So, yeah, I think this is definitely going to be a quarterback competition. Go ahead, Bones.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just going to say, so does Trey Lance. He was injured, too. He's coming off like an ACL or something, so he's not going to be ready at the start.
Broken ankle.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Shattered ankle.
So we'll have to see how the timing works. If Darnold has to end up starting because you're right, both of those guys got injured, and have to see if Darnold might actually get some starts at the beginning of the year if those guys aren't ready.
Yep.
But what do you think? Here's the other guy. He was supposed to be the future of the New York Jets a couple years ago. He gets traded to the Carolina Panthers. Doesn't really work out there too well. He's kind of a middle of the road kind of guy. And do you expect much more from him out of the 49ers, Andrew?
He's gonna end up packing. mid-season.
Packing midseason. What does that mean? It's like just
What
not
a
playing
joke.
well.
What a joke.
So he won't even make it through the rest of the season. You're saying like he's just gonna be like, fuck this, I'm out of here, or he's gonna get hurt.
No, he's gonna get released.
Oh,
You're saying he's going to get straight up released, not just not play well. You think he's going to get released? That's amazing, Andrew.
Back to being real irrelevant.
yeah, I'm seeing ghosts. Remember that? I'm seeing ghosts versus Patriots. Like that.
Oh my, yes, yeah. It's like I'm seeing Ghost out there. He was mic'd up that night. That was crazy. Yeah, yeah. All right, now we'll get on to Taylor Heineke. That he was an ex-commander. Now he's going with Atlanta. Andrew, let's talk about that one.
How long is the deal?
It's a 2-year deal. I think it's a 2-year deal.
Starter or back?
I was kind of hoping you'd tell me, Andrew.
They let Mariota go, so I think starter.
You think he's going to be the starter? Yeah, he was a serviceable quarterback for the Commanders, but there's been some recent talk. I know Austin put it in the feed. They said that there's a lot more chatter about the Schneiders selling the Commanders, the former Washington Redskins.
Oh, Purdue's getting shellacked.
Getting shellacked? What's the score,
Really?
Andrew? You got to don't keep him hanging.
Cut it.
Oh, tell us.
Down by 2 late.
Shellacking.
All right, well, if you're going to interrupt the story, know the score next time. Okay, all right. All right, so Heineke's going to be Atlanta Falcon. We'll have to see how that all turns out. But as you can see, there are tons and tons of free agent moves. Guys, do you remember all these free agent moves in recent years?
No.
You're doing the show.
Oh,
All right, well, we'll move on to the next one. We'll talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, it says the deal is still being worked out after announcing that he was going to be with the Raiders. I looked yesterday, and the article update was that it's still being worked out, and he misses the introductory press conference. So Derek Carr has moved on from the Raiders, and now they're getting Garoppolo. Andrew, what are your feelings on this quarterback change?
I think it's a bad sign, and he won't be with the Raiders.
Really, you're going to all the hot takes tonight, Andrew. Hot take
he's gonna
Andrew
just,
tonight.
Back out on the deal. He's going to say, "F it. The money's not right. The number's not right. I'm not going to play for you guys," even though they gave him the keys.
No. I think something's gonna happen in his physical, and he's gonna get cut.
Ooh, damn!
Wow.
I believe you.
It says in the article that I'm reading that Garoppolo went through the physical, which is the normal process leading to the signing of the contract. But the Raiders, while they introduced him, announced the 5 other free agents that they signed. The Raiders never put out anything on Garoppolo. That's what they're saying in the article. So it's interesting that he took a physical. So I think your speculation, you could be onto something, Andrew.
Yeah.
Because if he took a physical and they introduced the other guys, but they didn't introduce him, I think you're onto something, bro. So we're going to have to see how that develops. But Jimmy Garoppolo no longer in San Francisco. He's now with the Vegas Raiders.
Do you think his cock is broken from banging too many porn stars?
he's a handsome man.
Has he?
What do you think, Stormy?
Probably.
Has he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he went on a date with a porn star a few years back. Y'all have to check it out.
He's had to go to the doctor more than once, I'm sure.
I see Gina Bobina says, had Ray come on as a guest yet to talk baseball? Yeah, Ray was our guest like a couple weeks ago, Gina. You can go back and watch that. Go back on the Shuli Network, and you can see SportsHeads, Ray DeVito. We got a nice little graphic there. It'd be easy to find, and you can check that out. We had a lot of fun with Ray DeVito because Ray DeVito is a sports head. He has all those sports collectibles. He's like a kid at heart, and we had a great time talking about a lot of sports. Go ahead, Andrew.
That was so much fun.
I love Ray. I love that man.
Yeah.
With no homo.
Okay, there we go. There you go.
Sure.
Good boy.
I love that, man.
Yeah, Gina. So we had a great time talking to him about all kinds of sports, and no homo.
And Scott had the same. He matched his background. He had the same background.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, Scott actually had a lot, dresser, and had a room exactly like Ray's that night. That was a great fun episode. So you might have a lot of fun if you go back and watch that.
Yeah, come back, Ray.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Oh, Gina, I see her talking. So Brian says, "You're so smart, Gina," and then Gina says, "You should hear me talk sports, Brian." I love it. We love the ladies here in the SportsHeads chat. We have not only participating with us, but taking part in the show in the chat.
On, then.
What?
Eventually.
Yes.
Andrew's just trying to cop a feel.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Oh, virtual Copperfield.
Come to my house and do the SportsHeads, Gina Bobina. You'll be sitting on his lap in a wheelchair in no time.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
She knows I'm a flirt. She's joined my lives.
If she's watched any
okay.
of these shows, she definitely does, especially last week.
All right.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, we got more plenty more NFL free agency. We have on the next element, we have Jason Kelce, the son of Travis Kelce. He's the center of
not son.
Go, Andrew.
Brother.
Well, I say son.
Yes.
Son of a brother. Ha ha ha.
I mean, he looks like he could be
his dad.
Yeah.
I know he's some kind of relation. It's his brother, Andrew. Tell him who he is and who he plays for, since you know so much.
The Eagles.
Mm-hmm. And his brother is? Or his son is?
I think he bagged my groceries a couple weeks ago.
So that's Jason Kelce. That's Travis Kelce's brother, excuse me, faux pas. And he signed a deal. He's going to be the highest paid center, but I don't think he's trying to catch up with his brother as far as Super Bowl wins. So that's another free agent move we got in the NFL. So many free agent moves. Let's see what talk about in our next move, we talk about Darren Waller, the tight end of the Vegas Raiders. Where did he end up, Andrew?
He ended up. The Giants get their first good tight end in a while since Jeremy Shockey, in my opinion.
I had a feeling you were going to say Shockey.
Agree.
So Darren Waller was originally a Baltimore Raven, and he was a wide receiver, and they ended up getting him in the Raiders. They converted him to a tight end, and he's a hell of a tight end. So I think this is a big move for the Giants, Andrew. You think he's Shockey level, huh?
Better.
He just
Better
than
than
field,
Shockey.
though. The guy's always hurt. Like, play some games.
So he's moved on. So like I said, there's tons and tons of NFL free agent moves. And now we're finally going to get to the element that Andrew wanted to talk about. He wanted to talk about Jacoby Myers. There you go, Andrew. There's the tweet you were looking for earlier. Spit, boy.
No. Where it says cold world, LOL.
I don't have that one. But it says sources.
You didn't get it? He reacted to the Juju news. And he said, cold world, LOL. And
I feel that.
guess what? It was the same money they gave Juju.
Oh.
That's it. That's interesting. Well, I didn't see what they gave Juju, but it says here that the Raiders are signing the Patriots free agent wide receiver Jacoby Myers to a 3-year deal worth $33 million, $21 guaranteed. You're saying they gave Juju the same thing?
Yep.
Good money. That's good money.
So I wonder why Jacoby Myers was a well-established, effective wide receiver. It's kind of interesting why they would choose to give it to a new guy outside the organization. Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah.
Beats me up. I saw that and I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, the dude already knows the whole, system inside out. He goes there every day.
I
guess
saw
maybe
that
they felt,
and I was like, the hell?
maybe they feel Juju has more potential. They can bring it out of him,
Who
Maybe they feel like they reached their ceiling with Jacoby, and Juju can do a little more.
I like Jacoby
So
Myers as
that's
a wide receiver. He was one of those kind of stealth guys that you kind of didn't really highly effective, but he kind of flew under the radar a little bit.
Yep, I agree.
Also, there's rumblings that they might try to sign Odell away from the Jets.
Well, the Jets don't officially have him yet, or do they? Did we miss that one? Did Odell actually sign him? I know that Aaron Rodgers wants him.
They don't. And that would be the most satisfying things in the world, because guess what? Aaron Rodgers being a Jet doesn't help doesn't change the fact that I despise the Jets because I'm a Patriots fan.
No. So you never. I mean, Patriots fans never have or Patriots team never had a problem with the Jets that you should have a problem. I mean, they've kind of always been a joke more or less to the Patriots organization. But I have a feeling we're gonna see Andrew. He'll be wearing the Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey in no time. You mark my words. Watch. You're gonna be a Jets fan before you know it, Andrew.
Garrett Wilson is gonna be the next Devontae.
Garrett Wilson's going to be the next Devontae Adams. So you're thinking with this, with Aaron Rodgers coming in, he's going to mix good with that wide receiver. We're going to have to see. It's going to be exciting. I know Mike Moore should be excited because he is a long-suffering Jets fan. So for all the Jets fans out there, I'm happy for you, and I really wish good for your organization because I don't like seeing certain organizations lose year after year. After a while, I'll start kind of rooting for them as an underdog. So it'll be nice to see.
Mark Burns is a big Jets fan too.
That's right. They used to wear their jerseys together and cry tears on them. Now, do you think they're actually going to pull Joe Namath's number out of retirement?
Yes. Yes. He said straight up that he would.
Oh, I love Joe Namath for that.
I don't know if there's precedent for this. It's certainly an honor to have someone of a Hall of Famer say, hey, you are so good, I would let them unretire my number for you. But I don't know if it's actually allowed or if there's a precedent for it. I can't say I remember this.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can you can say it's okay.
Really? I didn't know if it was an organizational thing or a NFL thing that once it was done, it was done. I really don't know the bylaws of that.
It's both. The organization and the NFL has to approve it. Go ahead, Andrew.
Joe Namath put it on record that if he's traded there, that he will unretire his number and give it to him.
So I wonder, in a case if Joe Namath was no longer with us, would this happen? Like, would this even be something that we could talk about, right? You know, that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of odd or an odd honor that they let him basically have control of that number in that way. But I guess there's no harm in that. Look what Stut Joe Depot says. Jets. That's it. Suck.
That's how I feel too. I hated the Jets, and as soon as LaDainian Tomlinson went over there, I was like, Jets every week. I watched all their games.
Right, because he was a former San Diego Charger. You were a Charger fan, so when he came to the Jets, you couldn't help but be a Jets fan, right?
Exactly. So I think Andrew's going to be a Jets fan, closet Jets fan. He just doesn't know it yet.
I think so too. King of all dabblers, $2. Got here late, Andrew. Thoughts on the Jets?
Yes.
I think Joe's saying, don't hold back. Tell us what you really think. Thank you, Joe.
I literally, as much as I don't like them, being a Patriots fan, I think they could win the division with Aaron Rodgers as quarterback.
So, yeah, they would have to beat a young and rebuilding Patriots team. They'd have to get past the Bills because they're in the same division, right?
Yeah.
Is that Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots?
Their defense is going downhill because they had to release two of their big stars.
Who, the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have a hard time holding that together when you have to pay Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, and then you got to put pieces around him. At some point, that window is going to close, and I feel for them because I like Josh Allen and I like Diggs, and I would like to see them win one, but the window is closing on them.
So true.
Yep. We'll be having fun tonight watching episode 7 here of the Sports Heads on the Shuley Network. We just like to hang out this every Friday with friends. We like grab our drink and our smoke and just hang out, and we talk about our favorite sports stories from the past week. Andrew fills the hopper every week, and we gather here and talk about it. Right, Andrew? And Scott plays with his blowtorch.
And Scott's like, yeah.
Burn shit down. All right, Andrew. Let's move on to the World Baseball Classic, Andrew. Talk about Shohei Ohtani.
Could we Shohei Ohtani is otherworldly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a dual threat. He's not only a prolific batter, a hitter, but he's also a great pitcher.
Just play the clip.
Okay, you heard him, Brett. Just play the fucking clip.
Steve Moen, that's it.
Andrew's all business today.
I'm telling you, man. Shit.
He strikes out swing here against Ohtani in 1-0-2.
Nothing.
He delivers the 1-2 and has his third punch out. He strikes out Dominic Fletcher. Go fastball. Nope. Some filth.
Some filth. So there you go, Andrew. So what do you think about that 102, bro?
That man. Free agency is going to be crazy with.
He's going to the Padres. I heard he wants to come here. Or go down south.
King of all dabblers, $2. Just got here. Who's the guy in the hat? Thanks, King of all dabblers. $2. Thank you, Jim. You're going to have to be more specific. Okay. So Ohtani is he's like a once in a generational talent, Andrew. Tell people why, because he's not only a pitcher, but what else does he do well?
He hits like Barry Bonds, for God's sake.
Right, so do you think the comparisons to Babe Ruth are fair in Shohei Ohtani? Better. So there you go, modern era. So he's basically been connected to Babe Ruth in that he can pitch which hat. That's right, Brian Clowder. Which hat? $2. Thank you, my boy Brian Clowder. That's right.
He's got power. He's got dick. He's got balls. He's got.
Hold on. I didn't see that in the stats. He's got dick. What?
That's more, right? This is interesting.
You really watch more closely than I do, bro. If you know he's got that. But yeah, Shohei Ohtani. Hey, there's somebody else that's got dick too. Kinda. Okay. All right.
I know. I love that he's being showcased on the world stage because he really deserves it. That guy's like something we've never seen since Babe.
Bro, do you really think he's going to Padres?
I do.
That's wishful thinking since you're a Padres fan, right?
Well, he's good friends with Yu Darvish, and Yu Darvish and I are pretty good buds, and he told me he wants to come here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really? Hugh?
Yeah, we're just roll with it.
All right. Let's see.
I do know some Japanese. Sugoi. That means amazing.
Let's see. Our next element.
Excuse me.
There we go. All right, Andrew. Here we go. All I got to do is put the video up. Go, Andrew.
This is very unfortunate. One of the best closers in the game. This is why top stars should not play in the World Baseball Classic.
Tell everybody what happened before we roll the video.
Torn ACL, out for the year.
Who was that? Diaz?
Diaz.
The pitcher, Diaz, right here. They finish up the game. They're celebrating the win. He's jumping up and down, and he gets a knee injury, and you'll see that kind of play out. Go ahead, roll that, please, Brett.
Like I said, torn ACL, out for the year.
So they're winning. They're going to gather. They're jumping up and down. He's in the middle. They're celebrating. They're not celebrating. They're waving for medical help. So he tore his ACL on his right knee, celebrating on the field.
Diaz must have said.
Look, then they're like, nah, bro, give me my dignity. Put me down on the ground. Let me walk.
Yeah.
You see he's crying right there. So, I mean, talk about a roller coaster of emotions. This man goes from the excitement of winning the game for his country to being in tears and being carried off the field and being placed in a wheelchair. So
get this. He just got paid 3 or 4 years, $100 million. Top paid closer in the league. Come on, man.
Come on, man. That's that ESPN segment, Andrew. So, yeah, but Andrew, you got to admit it was kind of innocent enough in that he was just jumping up and down, having fun, celebrating, bro. I mean, he is allowed to celebrate, but I think it was just one of those unfortunate things. But I guess your argument could be true that if he didn't go and play at all, that he might not have risked his upcoming season with the Mets.
Yep.
That puts them in a bad way now, right?
They don't have the shutdown closer, and the kick-ass opening theme.
Right. What was his opening theme?
Wild thing.
Monologues?
Boneloads is not there. He can't hear you, bro.
They
I thought he was up on your ceiling.
No, I don't know his opening thing. I'm not much of a Mets guy. I don't watch them, But actually, you know what? No, he's right. I did hear it versus the Padres. They played this team and everyone was getting all crazy and like they were losing. And people were.
I see Baby Gorilla says, tore my ACL dirt biking, painful injury.
What is that song? But no, I know what Andrew's talking about. They get pumped during his song, dude.
They get pumped.
It does hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gina Bobina says, I want to see the police report. Baby Gorilla says, landed wrong. Yeah, it's just one of those freak things. 495 Marauder says, chances are he would have gotten injured in April if he's that soft. Perhaps.
Yeah. So it's like he's just getting rocked anyway. Like, fuck him.
All right, y'all. Well, we got a couple more stories left. We're about to pull this train into the station. You are watching episode 7 of the SportsHeads on the Shuley Network. We hope you come and join us every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. East live, and hang out with us. Go, Andrew.
I think we forgot a big
Our big
what am I forgetting? We're forgetting something.
Wrestling related?
I don't know. Right. You're right, hey, Stormy. He's probably missing a wrestling story.
No.
Yeah, well, we're going to go a whole episode. We're lost.
This is a really important one that we have in the hopper that we didn't mention. Valley Sports filed for bankruptcy.
What do you have on that, bro? Elaborate.
I think I have the tweet in the hopper.
Well, yeah, how are we supposed to watch our games? Because
I read that, but before we do that, let's talk about this story that we have up on the screen, Andrew. This was the one we talked about with Corbin Burns. He's a pitcher of your team, your favorite team, the Milwaukee Brewers. And this is about these rule changes. I know that you're a big critic of these clock changes in the Major League Baseball. Do you remember this story, Andrew? About the rubber stepping?
They are upset about sorry, excuse me, folks.
He's a shot
Oh,
guard.
both the whole time. That's the first time you said excuse me.
Bobby Nick, that was for you if you're watching. Love you, bro.
Oh, man.
I got a free drink, a free bottle from the company I think that assaulted Alex Stein. So shout out, I think one of the ladies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Assaulted Alex Stein.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so basically what's happening is that we discussed the many rule changes that are going on in Major League Baseball this year. There are rules that the pitcher has to be engaged in a certain amount of time and that the batter has to be in the box in a certain amount of time. And some of the pitchers are cutting curves on this. This pitcher, Corbin Burns, of the Milwaukee Brewers, he's been taking to being on the rubber when the batter comes right in the box and then throwing right away. So there's a bit of gamesmanship going on with these rules, Andrew.
Correct.
Right. So basically, they clarified the rule this weekend, and they determined that the pitcher cannot engage the rubber until the batter is in the box and ready. So a lot of people are thinking that now this gives the power to the batter because the batter can wait to the last minute to step in the box, and then the pitcher has to suddenly pitch to him, where before the pitcher was surprising the batter. So this is just another way that baseball is being affected by these time rules, Andrew.
I don't like it at all. I like the strikeouts that take 15 seconds.
15 seconds? That's not very exciting either, though.
Look at Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
Go,
talk about that strikeout that he had. How fast was that?
20 seconds. What?
So he must have been taking advantage of these new pitch clock rules, and that this guy was striking out guys in 20 seconds. How do you throw 3 balls in 20 seconds?
Wow.
Dude.
Ain't that something?
Wow.
So because of
because
of guys like skirting the rules and finding the way around the rules, Major League Baseball had to clarify the rule. And Andrew's pitcher, Corbin Burns here, he's not a big fan of it. And he's basically saying, you can't do this to us. We thought that we were going to take spring training and learn these rules, and now you're changing them on us. So I have a feeling that we're going to be reporting on a lot of these stories about plays just like this affecting games, unfortunately, throughout this season if they don't figure this out.
They shouldn't implement this. This should be a learning curve. Like, it didn't work in the preseason. It's not going to work in the regular season. Like, they should only test this kind of shit out in the preseason, and obviously it's not working.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what the pitcher's contention is. It's like, you can't do this. You can't tell us that we're working on a rule in a certain way and we're going to get better at it at spring, and then you change that rule.
Producer has a good point.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to read that one. Stud Joe says, we're going to see guys who were previously terrible get an edge by learning to exploit a clock. Changes the game, not in a good way. Thanks, Stud Joe. Yeah, I think me and Andrew kind of agree with you. We don't like the way that this clock, we want the game fast, but we don't like the way that this fast clock is affecting the flow of the game and how the game is actually played. I don't want to see that change fundamentally. Andy from Ontario says, agreed, Stud Joe.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Gina Bobina says they should have done from the three-pointer line. Done it from the three-pointer line. Brian Clowder says it sounds like Vegas made up. Yep. Made up the rule. Made up the rule. Yep. And Gina Bobina says, look at me talking sports. You go, Gina. We're proud that you're here talking sports.
That damn three-point line.
I think that's hot.
Of course, Andrew thinks it's hot that you speak sports. You get
Gina,
extra bonus points. Look at that. He thinks it's so.
Gina, can you sub to Andrew's Twitters, or follow him on all his Twitters?
Yeah,
please?
beware.
Yeah, Andrew, tell everybody. I know he's trying to get his subs up on his YouTube page. Tell everybody where they can find you on YouTube, Andrew.
Andrew Weezy. Andrew Weezy.
Just like it says at the bottom of the screen, folks, youtube.com/@Andrew Weezy. And you spell that Weezy, WIESE 9324. There you go.
What's the 9324 about?
Yeah.
That's just what it gave me.
You gotta cut that part out. Yeah, delete that part, and then it's just Andrew Weezy.
Cool.
Seems like your name should be Weissy or something. Weiss, shouldn't it?
I know, right? Like the way he spells it, it's like Wheezy, like Lil Weezy, you know? Like he's rapping.
Yeah.
But it's the flow.
He does,
What's up?
do some karaoke on there. You need to start rapping.
I know.
Hey, Bone Loads, you're familiar with this Ja Morant story with the Grizzlies? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, he's bringing guns into clubs in Colorado, which I think a lot of people do that. So he's probably just being a normal Coloradoan. He was just adapting to their city. So personally, I don't know. He messed up, and they suspended him more. I think it's going to ruin their season.
So it says they suspended him 3 more games, even though they say they can't prove that he had it in a team facility or that he used it in any illegal manner. They still added 3 more games. Go ahead, Andrew. Did you have something to add, brother?
I think it's gonna ruin his career.
Yeah, he can't even do this anymore, and like can't get high in the club and carry guns. It's gonna fuck him up.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
So that's your little NBA story. All right, Andrew.
Yeah,
Well,
he's like, I mean, he can't carry guns in the club. He's gonna be like all messed up in his mind. Like, I can't even shoot anymore. Just kidding. But yeah, I think it's a down year for them. You might as well just scratch their season over. You know, we'll talk about him again next year because it's done.
Coming up next during baseball season, I'm gonna try to get a couple sideline reporters.
Pregnant.
my friend Dario or Vinny Rattino from Brewers. I'm gonna see if they can jump on with us and
name dropper.
That's his people, though.
Yeah,
no, we're
good,
doing
Andrew.
all that. Yeah, when we go visit, we're talking to everybody. We're talking to sideline reporters. We're going to try to go backstage or into the locker room and all that stuff.
Awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
I hope you do make it out there and you and Andrew see a game one day and film all that stuff. All right, Andrew. Well, this is the point of the show where we're going to pull the train into the station. So I'm going to ask you one last time. Do you have anything you'd like to say to your fans and friends?
And as far as I know, Purdue lost to
Shut up.
Uh-oh, bracket buster.
Shut up.
Look, Bones is right on his phone checking. He's like,
I
no
know,
way.
yeah, oh no, yeah. Like,
No,
where's
you
the
didn't.
ESPN going on? Did they?
Hey, if we could put Andrew's YouTube page
Drake's
up one
beating
more time,
Miami.
please. I see Gino Bobina
called that.
asking.
We said Drake's going to beat Miami.
Oh, look at this, Andrew. Look at this, bro. You got the hot graphics. Look at this. The Shooting Network hooked us up. Look at that. The SportsHeads. You can see me, Twitter. You can follow me at @BobStuff1. At Instagram, you can go at @BF_BobbyFran. And YouTube is @BobbyFran. Thank you. Roll that one more time.
Yeah,
I'll read
losing.
Andrew's off.
Oh, my God, they
Look
lost.
at that. That's hot like fire. I love
They
this
lost.
shit. Thank you, production team. You can follow Andrew at AndrewFlora1 on Twitter.
Andrew's
on
right.
Instagram, you can follow at Andre_WSW Sports, it says. Or you can go to YouTube, like we just said, and go to Andrew Weezy, and that's WIESE 9324. Thank you, Shooting Network, and the production team for those cool social media credits, Andrew.
He's
Look at
right.
that.
Purdue lost. Purdue lost. They lost to the 16th seed. Second time ever in history.
So
Sorry,
give us
not
the
my
update.
bad.
Tell everybody. What do you got? Purdue
bad.
loses to
Sorry,
who?
I
Give us the
made
whole
talk
thing.
Purdue
has-
loses to
FDU. Where was that?
FDU.
FDU too. All right.
Is there a team? Fairleigh Dickinson Knights.
Okay. I see Austin in the comments saying it's about to go down. FDU over Purdue.
This
He's
is
got
crazy. This is only the second time ever in the history of the tournament this has ever happened. A 16 seed beats a 1 seed. This is fucking nuts. Wow.
16s and 1. Second time ever. Yeah, it's very rare.
Cheers. I'll do a shot for that.
Austin said it's Fairleigh Dickinson. Thank Austin. Thanks for checking in.
Fairleigh Dickens side. It sounds like a sexy name.
Hey, Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah,
I'm
Fairleigh.
All right, y'all, we're about to pull this train in the station, but before we do, we want to let everybody know, remind you that you can't miss out on the Uncle Rico live show going down in Pottstown, PA on May 13th. You can go to souljoels.com and find your tickets there. I'm sure they'll put that graphic up in a minute, but you got to make it. Perry Caravello's going to be there. All the regular guys are going to be there. You got to check it out in Pottstown, PA. Don't forget that.
Let's go do one of those.
Look at that. 20 states. I saw this on social media yesterday. Uncle Ricans from 20 states as of right now are coming to Pottstown or ascending on Pottstown for the live Uncle Rico show at Soul Joe's on May 13th. So get your tickets. It's a hot ticket. We got to fill that map up. So if your state's not represented, you got to fill that in. You got to take care of that, people. You go to souljoels.com/shop/tickets/Uncle Rico/.
Sorry.
I wish I could come. BF, how about rent a van and steal me and
rent the van, huh? Got to get the bus. Got to come up and get Andrew.
It reminds me of like the NBAs in the 1950s. It's like Pottsville, Albany. Next stop is going to be Fort Wayne, Indiana, and then they go back to Hershey, Pennsylvania.
All right.
You had to be an old school fan of the NBA to laugh at that one. We're going on the road. We're taking a bus there.
Anybody want to see what's in my drawer?
Oh, yeah. What's in the drawer? What's in the drawer?
Yeah, and Andrew and I are going to be cruising, dude. In a whip. Is weed legal in Milwaukee?
What?
Oh, shit. Look at you. You got the Levy hot sauce and the Bloody Mary.
There you go. You get that. SilkCityHotSauce.com. He's got it. Look, he's got the whole setup right there. Got the Bloody Mary mix.
In a drawer, not even in a fridge. Fuck yeah.
Oh, look away. I'm an idiot. That means he's done with his close-up. All right, y'all. Well, we hope you all had a great time tonight with episode 7 of the Sports Heads on the Shuley Network. We want to thank Shuley and our producer Brett and Joe and everybody, Andy. Everybody shows us love. Austin for the help in the background. We appreciate that. We hope you join us here every week. We have one more clip we're going to show you tonight. It's our clip of the week. You might remember last week we talked about hatchet throwing being like the new craze going on in all these bars and mixing alcohol and hatchet throwing. Well, here's the reflexes you might want to have if you're going to be a hatchet thrower at one of these bars. If you can roll this and check out this guy's reflexes. He caught it. Look at that. I don't know if he had alcohol in him or what, but this is just that goes to show you, if you ever go out and try this axe throwing, beware, because it could come back and you might have to catch it.
He's officially Captain America now, right?
Look at that shit. Wink.
Yeah, like he's
one more time.
Oh, man.
All right, with that, everybody, we're going to wrap up episode 7 of the Sports Heads here on the Shuley Network. Yeah, what he said.
He's going to be performing this weekend in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Follow him on Andrew Weesey at YouTube. He will be performing all weekend, and that's.
He'll be here all week, folks. All right, so but if you don't catch him till next week, for Scott Fitzpatrick, for our chat moderator Stormy, for my co-host Andrew, and for Bone Loads, I'm your man BF Bobby Fran. We hope you enjoyed yourself tonight. We hope you come back every week and watch us on the Sports Heads here on the Shuley Network. And we don't see you next week, we'll see you the next time that we do see you. Peace and love, everybody. We're out of here.